Hey, hi, howdy, folks. We are, welcome to What Are We Reading? Sorry, I am slightly tired as I have been spending just about most of the time that I'm not at work playing Monster Hunter Rise.
Like a fucking nerd.
Yes. Thanks for catching on. What is it now? 6 years?
Pretty much, yeah. 6 years too fucking long.
I think that's what anyone who's known me for any amount of time says. Like, could know me for a couple months. It's like I've known you for 6 years too long. Besides that, by the way, Almadron is probably my favorite monster right now. Also Bashatin. As you could probably tell from the title, if you've been paying attention, we are continuing with festasmaximus's fucking Neckbeard story, the story of Andu, which we have been calling Hamalot, at the request of Jess. Say hi.
Hi.
Well, Ichi-Tan just sits in the corner hating her life. Say hi.
She's dead.
Fucking just dead-eyed looking ahead of you. It's a shame we don't record
I'm
the
making a
for these.
poppin' cooking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Granted, if we did record, you could record the video, you'd probably end up seeing the fucking piece of a dog blanket that's on my floor right now that I didn't pick up. That's gonna bug me, because I can see it in the fucking webcam. Give me a sec.
Personal problems become life problems.
Well, I am
Welcome.
alive, so...
That's debatable.
What
Are
is
any of
life?
us really alive?
Cutting.
There we go.
Oh god.
That's taken care of.
Because I don't have any scissors, I'm using an X-Acto knife to do this. This is very dangerous. Don't try this at home, kiddos.
Well, you can't suggest leave it to professionals, because who's a professional?
How are you gonna hire a professional to make your candy for you? Wait. I think that's just called going to a candy shop.
I take it to the candy shop.
I look a lollipop.
Oif.
We already had to deal with the fucking musical episode last one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you missed out on that, Ichi-Tan.
We were singing and having some
Taylor
fun.
Swift.
Oh my god.
I had a very impassioned speech about how much I can't stand the Pop Goes Punk cover of You Belong With Me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't stand it?
It is awful.
Good to know.
It is the fucking worst.
Because I'm currently working on my driving. I was gonna say I'm currently working on my driving playlist.
Yeah,
I can loop that song, man. No. I can loop it. I'm kidding. I don't like that song. I don't like that song either.
Yeah, it is just like they took the worst option you could have for a gender bent cover. The best option for a gender bent cover is to make it gay. But of course they couldn't do that. Anyway. Yeah. This is chapter Lord of the Hams, part 12. There is going to be a link to this, as well as whatever other chapters we go through in the description. Who died?
Yes. The answer is yes.
I opened this and it sent up a puff of powder in my face.
What have I told you about snorting powder on the job?
I'm not snorting powder on the job.
That's
I am
supposed
trying
to go to the paying customers.
Sorry. Like I said, I'm doing one of those Japanese make your own candy things that's supposed to look like real food. So I'm making a little bento box thingy that's got a little like broccoli and egg roll and rice ball and little sausage octopus and all that.
Ooh.
And I was trying to make the broccoli and it just puffed green powder in my face, man.
But yes, we're on part 12, or my night in police custody. So something fucking happened here.
Yep.
Actually, can I get a pronunciation thing for that? Whoa, who's commenting stuff? Oh,
I don't know.
Andre, cut your shit.
I guess, yeah. You're welcome, Andre. For that. I believe when I looked at your Twitter, because I noticed that you followed me there. It's like, oh, I got a notification that someone followed me on Twitter. I'm sorry that I don't post much. I'll be honest. Similar with this Discord, I am just a natural lurker on social media. I'm gonna be real. But no, I did notice that you put like he, they in your Twitter.
And yeah.
No, Llytic's a stalker.
Oh God.
I typically use
Do you typically use
they? I like they them.
Okay.
I also don't mind he him.
Yeah.
I don't mind she her, but what upsets me whenever people use feminine pronouns is if they say like miss or ma'am. That's what I don't like.
So I guess kind of like how I don't like being called sir.
Yeah, I don't like the miss or ma'am or sir or
I've noticed this when I'm
Mister.
talking. I've noticed this when I'm talking, like not about you. I mean, not to you, but more about you. I tend to like alternate between femme and gender neutral.
Yeah.
Though usually when I'm talking to you, I don't do that as much. It's besides the point.
Yeah.
Also, if Andre does watch this one, I guess. Yep, you just ended up getting another shout out. You're just fucking.
Yeah. Because it's because you message whenever we're recording, and so we just end up talking about you.
If you want to fucking derail an episode, consider pledging any amount of money to our the appropriate amount of money to our Patreon.
Pretty much, and then we'll just sit here and just like shit talk you. Kidding. You have to pay extra for the shit talking.
That's specifically the OnlyFans. Anyway, yeah, part 12, my night in police custody. Wow, guys, all the support is making me super happy, but this story is one of the darker places of my life, so I'm going to be kind of serious about it all. We're going to skip the characters that are already there until we get to Atarashi Kayasuto Kodai Kokoku. That was probably a terrible pronunciation, but it translates to new cast type.
That was.
It was. You hurt Jess physically doing that.
Jess doesn't speak Japanese, I think.
Wow, shows how much you know.
It turns out this entire time she's been fluent.
So yeah. Anyways. Oh my God.
The letters that I probably fucked up are the ones that have like the fucking like accents over them. I'm not good at those. Like I can deal with the little fucking tilde thing. I know what that one does. But that's because of Spanish. The one where it's just the line I'm not as good at.
Yeah, anyways. We got PC Jeff.
That's Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Dick-headed policeman who buys what Andrew sells like a dum-dum.
Alrighty.
Wait.
PC James. Nice policeman who believes me.
That's a bad idea. I'm kidding.
I'm trying to figure out what exactly the acronym here is for.
Police constable, probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought. For some reason, my brain was trying to tell me public constable, and it was like, what? Also, those of you who don't know,
Public constipation.
Yikes. Festus is from the UK. So, if you're just tuning in on this. PC Sophia. Mean policewoman who doesn't believe me or Lady K.
Wow.
Lovely.
Hold on. Raj. Crappy public defender, police officer's bitch, does whatever they said to him, nearly got me taken to court.
Well.
Oof.
Oh boy. Now, this story occurs after the long summer holiday between years at university. That looks weird. Lady K and I had decided to rent a tiny little flat and live together near campus, partially to get away from Andu, and partially because we wanted to live together.
Aww.
Aww.
We were still working out and loving life. We still were getting top grades and finishing all of our work. One time, as we were leaving campus, we got into an argument about some tiny stupid thing, which ended with us kind of yelling at each other in public. While we were still angry, we went home. That evening, after calming down, we had a very enjoyable makeup session.
Oh.
After which, Lady K went to have a shower. I wonder why. Disaster struck when she got out of the shower, as she slipped over and hit her face and arm on a radiator. Hard. Ow!
As someone who has fallen over in the shower before, ow.
I fell over the shower the other day. It is not a fun experience.
It's not.
There was blood on the radiator from the cut above her eyebrow, and she kept cradling her arm. Nothing seemed broken or concussed, so she took painkillers and we went to sleep. In the morning, we slept through both of our alarms, meaning that Lady K didn't have the time to cover her black eye or bruise on her arm with makeup, as she had planned to do. We rushed to campus, arriving just 2 minutes late for the lecture, and we thought nothing more of it. I remember the amount of filthy looks that I got that day, due to everyone assuming that I had given her the black eye and cut. I was too dense to think of the reason, but Lady K responded to the looks by smiling and snuggling her head into my neck shoulder, which turned away most of the murderous glares.
Yeah, I can understand why people might immediately assume
the worst.
Yeah.
When does anyone actually assume the best?
Well, it's the whole thing of, like, you see a guy hanging out with this, like, girl who's very much beat up looking at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is understandable that people are going to draw that conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Not all, however, as a certain white knight decided that her injuries were final proof of my woman-beating ways, and resolved to do something about it. Andu called the police on me after the day was over. Let me set the scene.
Oh, heavens. It was early on a Saturday morning. There was a hammering on the door, waking up this never night.
What happened?
My phone fell.
Okay, it was like this shuddering, like, drop.
God. I'll fix it here in a second. Let me finish my line.
Like, I saw you just, like, float out of frame.
I floated out of frame like a pretty little butterfly. That's it's because I have to use my phone if I want to be on webcam because it won't work on my laptop. There we go. Anyways, waking up is never nice, and it's especially bad at 5:30 a.m. Wait a minute. This is already upsetting me. How the fuck does he know where they live? Because if you're gonna call the police on somebody, typically you have to know the address because the police aren't just gonna look it up for you. Oh, this makes me mad.
All right, we know that's the case with the U.S.
Oh yeah, that's at least the case with the U.S. You're right.
Granted, we already know that motherfucker has a propensity for stalking.
That is true. Anyways, another knock on the door. I get out of bed just as the sun peeked into the sky and walked groggily over to the front door and my tiny little flat in my underwear. A near naked 6'3", 190-pound guy can be quite intimidating, but nowhere near as intimidating. Yeah, but nowhere near as intimidating as opening your door to find 3 police officers in stab-proof vests holding batons and yelling at me to get on the ground. Oh, fuck.
I guess you should just be happy that you're in the UK.
Shout out to America!
This is America. Don't get you slipping now.
So, just a normal Saturday morning, don't you know?
Don't you know?
In a complete panic, I fell to the ground and had a very large male officer jump onto my back and cuff me far more tightly than was necessary. The other 2 ran into the... Wait, what? I'm sorry, give me a second to fucking process this fuckery that's going on. Ran into the flat, finding Lady K asleep in our bed, and shouted at her to put her hands up where the officers could see them.
I'm suddenly having flashbacks to the no-knock warrant trouble that was going on. Trouble's a light word. Yeah, Breonna Taylor. I am terribly sorry. I am terrible with names. It isn't
it isn't that he doesn't care. He's just really bad with names.
I am awful with names.
He forgets my name sometimes.
I forget my own sometimes. Unless I repeatedly see a person's name over and over, I don't tend to remember it.
Anyways, one stayed with her while the other searched the house for evidence, quickly finding the radiator in the bathroom, which I had not yet cleaned. Photos of it were taken, as well as blood samples for evidence, before I was read my rights, made to get into some clothes, and taken to the local police station. At this point, I was still confused about what I was supposed to have done, and to whom I had done it. Upon arrival at the station, they put me in a tiny cell with a toilet, a mattress, and served me the smallest bowl of cornflakes that I had ever seen, as well as a cold cup of coffee. I was never called by name, and was always referred to as piece of shit or dickhead, especially by the female police officers. ACAB. At 8 a.m., they took me into an interview room without legal representation and tried to get me to talk. I may be slow, but I knew that I couldn't say anything. As a good lawyer could twist whatever I said into being a confession. I only said 2 things. Where's my representation? And no comment, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. They're not allowed to intimidate you like that shit. That's bull. That's absolute bullshit.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah. Alrighty. They're not supposed to do it, but they still do it because
Yeah.
I'd gotten about 3 hours worth of sleep. That's me right now. I feel your pain, my dude. I only have 3 hours of sleep and I'm still alive somehow. Anyway.
Let's just hope that the rest...
barely breathing.
Let's just hope that the rest of his pain doesn't happen.
Yeah. Was
just
aching
suddenly
all
knock
over.
at the door.
Oh, man, they got me. No. I thought I hit it good enough. Okay, what? Alrighty. Hi, guys. Alright. Was aching all over from my arrest and was panicking because if it went to court, I would have a permanent criminal record and would never be able to get a job.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, after nearly an hour of examination, they called off the session and my representation arrived. He seemed overly chummy with the officers and kept giving PC Sofa doe eyes. Sophia.
And this here is Police Constable Sofa.
Sofa.
Yes.
She's very
softy.
comfortable.
She's the softy. She's the good cop.
Apparently not.
Nah.
Nah. Despite the fact that he was short, ugly, and fat. And she was tall and quite pretty.
Maybe that's what she's into.
He never contested what the officers said and constantly undermined me by making me second-guess myself. Eventually, I dismissed him and handled my own damn life. They showed me pictures of the bloody radiator and I told them truthfully what happened and said that Lady K would back up my story before getting shouted at by PC Sophia for referring to my victim by name.
Excuse? What? How dare you refer to your girlfriend by name, you heathenous bastard?
Even if this was a case in which, like, again, we don't have all the facts here, who fucking knows? But even if this was a case in which, like, they were actually, like, Festus here was actually, like, fucking abusing his partner. I'd be more fucking upset if he didn't refer to her by name.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd be like, excuse you, you piece of shit. Can't even refer to her by her name?
Yeah. What the fuck's up with Sophia here?
I don't know. I told them that she was the only other person there at the time of the accident, and if they wanted to have a just process that were obligated to take her statement. I think it should be they.
Yeah.
But, okay.
This is why you double check what you write, people. And triple check. And quadruple check. Also helps if you read stuff out loud to make sure it flows better.
Never.
And if you're doing dialogue, act it out.
Never.
Because that's, like, just reading out dialogue, it'll sound grammatically correct. Sometimes that's not even what you really want. Like, people don't always speak grammatically correct. But you kind of want it to where, like, you want it to sound natural. That's besides the point. This is not the time to get into writing advice. PC James got me a decent cup of tea and had been very nice to me, whereas PC's Jeff and Sophia had been verbally abusive, dismissive of everything that I'd said to prove my innocence, and had denied me a shower when I asked for one.
Oh, how terrible.
When they took statements from Lady K and some witnesses to our argument, PC Jeff came around, but Sophia was still treating me like a piece of trash, as she thought that I had beaten my girlfriend, who was backing me up out of love despite being in an abusive relationship. I mean, I will...
Yeah, that does happen, but that's not the case here.
I understand where Sophia's coming from.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. Going about it the wrong way.
Like, yes, that does happen, but that is not the case in this situation.
Yeah. Like, that shit. That shit does happen.
Let's see, here we go. They interviewed and cross-examined me many, many times. But I either retold my version of events or refused to comment. By 6 p.m., they heard back from the Crown Prosecution Service, a British thing which tells the police whether there is any case against a person, and as there was no case against me, they had to let me go. Right, that's
I just realized that the acronym for that would be CPS.
So another organization with those acronyms that are usually terrible at their job. I mean, what? Yeah, I have some shit to tell y'all later.
Okay,
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Sorry. And they had to let me go over the course of the 12 and a half hours. Sophia had accidentally trapped my hand in a door, held a hot coffee against the back of my head while I was cuffed to a table, and ran a campaign of verbal abuse against me.
Okay, those two are straight up just...
Again.
Those are just police brutality.
That's ACAB. ACAB, people.
That's... Sophia needs to be investigated. Like, even if you do think that the person you brought in legitimately fucking beat their partner, you can't go about it that way. You can't try and torture your, like, fucking... defendant? Suspect? That's the word. Can't just torture your suspect.
Yeah, no, you can't. That is definitely illegal activities.
I thought we left the Tucker telephone behind.
It looks so fucking weird.
Do you know what that was? Hi, Dadbot. What?
Just experiencing some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And apparently Dadbot just decided to be an asshole to her.
Dadbot saw the word I'm.
And decided to roll with it.
My time has come. Dadbot, away! Just be happy we now only have one in there.
2. Alright, anyways. God damn it. I lost track of where I was at.
Complaints.
Campaign of verbal abuse against me. Complaints were filed against... were filed against her and PC Jeff. My name's Jeff. For their over-enthusiastic approach to my arrest and my treatment in custody, and I got awarded about £250 in compensation. Lady K was awaiting in the reception and made a big show of throwing herself at me as soon as she was able, in full view of all the officers. We left and got back to the flat, where I found that my phone had over 1,300 missed messages, mostly from my quote-unquote friends, about how I was a piece of shit who beat women. It took Lady K weeks to tell all of them that no, I had never hit her maliciously, not even once, that they should apologize to me. Around a month later, most of them had apologized. That month, where everyone had rejected me and thought I was human garbage, was the first time that I really considered suicide.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that can happen.
That do it.
And if Lady K didn't exist, then I would have very likely not be here today. Andu texted me every day telling me that I was trash and should just die, and I saved every one of those texts in my screenshot library to show to whoever could do something about it. I lost about 20 pounds over the course of that month and generally felt like crap, but I quickly regained my weight and happiness after everyone stopped wishing me dead.
Jess is no longer in the call.
Yeah, she said she had to go to Mickey D's for the Wi-Fi's.
Mick
Because
D's
her
Wi-Fi's.
Wi-Fi was being stupid.
Apparently it does that at about 8. Hi!
Jess is back.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I moved to my car. I said screw it. Alrighty.
It is now just in time too. It is now your line.
Okay guys, scroll back up to the link. Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Ow, that's my thigh.
Well, how about you don't do that to your thigh, man?
Thought it would bounce.
I wish I was joking.
Your thigh would bounce?
No, I thought the thing that I threw at my thigh would bounce.
Oh.
But it's got no spring. Ow.
I was like, if anyone in here got bouncy thighs, it's me.
No bounce to it. Still to come, the incident, legal action, and the end. Let's get part 13, the incident. Boop, copy link address. Alright. Lord of the Hams part 13, or the incident. First, shout out to user Rumor. Her stories are totally worth a read if you haven't already, and she seems to be a genuinely nice person who needs all of the love due to some ongoing issues with her resident beard.
But this is my story, damn it, so we need to remind you of all about my cast of characters.
We're skipping down to new members.
Mm-hmm. And that is where Jess comes into the story. Again.
Yes?
Oh no. Jess.
Oh no. Oh no.
Jess, baby, come back.
You can blame
it on me. I was wrong.
Okay, whoops. Oh, and she's gone,
So
and she's
gross.
back.
Okay.
Just
Hi.
Hello. I'm in the process of moving to the Wi-Fi area that I had messaged in chat.
Yeah.
What's it called? My brain's not working.
McRonald's.
Yeah, that thing. Because my Wi-Fi, even if I move to my car, it's like, no, I refuse to work. It's been
here we go.
all day.
So, this is what I just got done making.
Oh.
It's supposed to... Okay, so it's supposed to look like this, right?
Yeah.
And this is what I got.
What happened to the... What happened to the onigiri?
I tried my best, man.
What happened to the panda?
I tried my best. He got a goatee.
He's got like a triple chin.
This is supposed to be spaghetti. This is supposed to look like that. But the bag didn't, like, cut right, so it came out like this.
Wow.
And then look at my little octopus who's missing like most of his tentacles. The broccoli came out good though.
A rant about how freaking close freaking construction workers put their freaking cones to the actual road, so I actually have to ride on the middle line just to drive without hitting my side mirror on a stupid cone. Ugh. Freaking hate. Why? Why do they do this? Freaking annoying.
Hey, just be happy that they're actually getting road work done.
Barely.
Or is it not like road work construction? Are they working on a building?
Because how much you want to bet?
Road, fixed half a road, destroyed the other half of the road, and the main part of the road that's having problems with all the potholes, they skipped that part. And they went to a different part. So they skipped the part where there's a ton of potholes that you get to play dodgeball with. Yay! I'm very loopy when I get tired. I'm warning people that right now.
Also, how's the candy treating you?
Delicious. As you're literally watching my face go through all sorts of emotions.
Yeah, literally, I saw you like put something in one of them in your mouth and just like.
So like the gummy bits, so like the little egg roll, the octopus, and the little broccoli, are not that bad. The rice and the fried chicken have an interesting texture, but that spaghetti, ugh.
Oh fuck. Gaijin Goomba did a fucking sponsorship thing with them. Is it Baksu? It's basically it's like local, well, not local to us, but like more like local family candy stores, like stuff from them.
Mm-hmm.
That you get in the boxes instead of like the big brand name shit.
Yeah.
That one seemed interesting because like helping out like small businesses and shit instead of like going with like the fucking big ones. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to check that out. Anyway, Jess's line.
She's driving.
Starts with new members. Is she driving currently?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was in the parking lot.
No.
Not yet. Almost there.
Okay. Okay.
Whee! I think it's called. I think it is. I wish I was joking. I think that's the line.
No, we just read the other chapter.
Already. Yeah, we're on chapter 13 now.
Okay.
Cool.
Did you post the link in there?
Yes.
Okay, then I must have been blind. It's fine.
It's alright.
I'm probably blind because I'm on 3 hours of sleep. But it's
You should probably wait till you stop driving.
Yeah. Considering that I have insurance where I have the app stalk me to rate how well of a driver I am, and I don't want that to go down. I'm
probably,
not
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have that insurance, too.
We don't need another Zane Goes to Sonic incident.
Well, I mean, that app saves me $200 on my insurance.
Which one are you?
So,
Which one are you on?
Geico.
Oh, you're on the Geico? Yeah, no, I use Root, and I pay like 70 something a month.
Nice.
Of course, that's like the very basic coverage, which is all that I need. My car's like a 2003. I don't need nothing fancy on it. I just need enough that's going to cover me getting a new car. And by new, I mean a new used car.
My car's my baby. My car's a 2019 car. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I want my car to have a little more than the very minimum coverage.
Fucking
only because
bougie over here.
I got very, very fortunate. I'll say that. Okay, now let's park into the parking lot and hack into Ronald's Wi-Fi.
Which?
Aren't you proud of me?
Which one should I torture Llytic? Which one should I torture myself with next? The the Tanoshi hamburger, sushi, ramen, or kawaii gummy candies.
Well, we already know how this thing handles fucking noodles. So...
Well, no, because I've actually done the ramen one before. Because when you were streaming the Monster Hunter that one night, and then I got upset, it's because I was working on this one, and the dog made me like spill it. And the noodles in this one actually came out really well. Because you squirt them into the broth, and then the broth makes them have that noodle shape.
I probably should just do a thing where like we're just hanging out in a call, and I actually do stream that one on YouTube. Granted, it's the whole thing. I just reached Iceborne, so... Also, I need to do a lot of fucking grinding, because it turns out the difference between high rank and master rank is just fucking ridiculous.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
I got my fucking ass beat by Viper Toby Kadachi. Several times.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Anyway.
I might fuck around with them some more later. I think I'm
You
just
barked,
gonna...
Jess?
She's working on it. Give her some time. God damn. You.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Awesome. I am parked and I hacked into Ronald's Wi-Fi. Aren't you proud of me?
Whoa. I'm currently being assaulted by Ichi-Tan.
I was not assaulting you.
How?
Verbally assaulting me.
I was not verbally assaulting you.
Call me impatient and shit.
I was talking to my phone because my phone fell again.
What is my line?
It starts with new members.
Alrighty.
Oh.
New members. P, a science lab assistant that I am on really good terms with, but who didn't hear about my arrest. Fixes all the problems with
Copious.
Yes. I'm tired, I have that excuse. Copious amounts of tea. Because I know that word, I'm not dumb, I'm just very exhausted.
Never said you were.
I mean, I too fix all my problems with copious amounts of tea.
I just use heroin. Anyway.
Sorry. We just had to take a moment to stare down Llytic.
So, this story takes place mid-November, and both Lady K and I got top of our year in the end of years. This happens after the incident, and after most of my friends had apologized, but I still had a liking for long-sleeve shirts and baggy hoodies at this point. Were you? Oh, yep. I still basically followed Lady K around everywhere, as I had been cut off from my social life for weeks. Any free time I had was spent in the science labs helping out T, and earning extra points for my course to get a couple of additional marks. Physics labs are incredibly interesting, but one of the heads at the labs has poor blood circulation, gets very, very cold, so the heating is almost always turned all the way up. For this reason, I had rolled up my sleeves, exposing my very masculine forearms, as well as several thin red lines across my wrists that appeared over the month of effective isolation. Yep.
That
as
happens.
Soon as they mentioned the fucking shirts and hoodies, yep.
Flashbacks.
Oh boy. Not being
also
a
making
moron.
sure to wear pants that didn't rest too tightly against your thighs, or was that just me?
I know some people that would also do the thighs, or exclusively do the thighs.
I mostly did the thighs because I could hide it in the stretch marks that I had from my growth spurt.
Oh, fun. Not being a moron, T and the rest of the lab staff didn't mention it.
Give me 1 second.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Being on good terms with the staff has definite perks, and that you can find out what anyone's grade is, and what their end of year exam mark was. Universities do make money, and don't want to see you fail, as that would mean losing us thousands in uni fees. And I found out that Andu, for all of his intellectualism and sophistication, had technically failed last year, but had been bumped up to just a pass and put on observation. Yes. Universities do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I need to do now.
Usually I'm trying to remember, what's the fucking grading system for the UK? Because I know that apparently the United States whole thing of, like, 70s being, like, the minimum for passing isn't normal worldwide.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay, UK grading system. Alright, so an A is a 75 to a 100, or solid A is 64 to 100. B's would be the 50 to 63 range. C's would be the 38 to 49 range. And D's would be the 35 to 37 range. Of course. Let's see. I'm trying to see, because would that just mean that, like, anything under a 37 would be failing? I mean, under a 34 would be failing? Or what would be the failing cutoff there?
I have no idea.
Okay, that one's just not fucking funny. Someone paired that up with Asian grading system, 98 to 100 A+, 0 to 97 fail.
Okay. Yeah, that's not very funny.
It's not. And that's even without, like, knowing part of how, like, different schools in Asian countries actually do the grading system.
Mm-hmm.
That basically being, like, the average that the class makes. I believe is usually used as, like, the minimum passing typically on the test, and then anyone who got below the average is considered to have failed that test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Besides the point. I'm trying to see if it's advanced. Okay. Well, okay. Okay, so D's are counted as either pass or fail course. So that does mean that, like, the 37, 35 range would be... Okay. Of course, that's also assuming that carries on to university, which I don't.
Yeah.
Either way, that would imply that this guy has been consistently making, like, 30s and lower.
AK, not even trying, probably not turning in assignments, not doing any homework, skipping tests completely, or if he's doing them, just randomly quickly finishing, not even reading the questions, turning it in, and then leaving to go do whatever he wants to do. Something like that.
I beat the shit out of myself for getting, like, a fucking 70 range, so... Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's me.
Not physically, mentally.
Yes.
Let me just see. Oh, stupid. Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm weird.
I didn't fucking roll my face enough when I did that. Like, I should have fucking... Anyway, my face now hurts.
Good job, Llytic.
I don't beat myself up, not really. 2 seconds later, now my face hurts.
Only for comedic effect.
Of the devil, and he shall appear. Because at that moment, Andrew walked in, brandishing some data which he wanted the lab to sort for him like a go-anywhere pass. Exasperated, I tell him that he shouldn't be back here without an access pass, as labs can be very dangerous places to the
uninitiated.
Yeah, I want to say uninitiated. Yeah,
Uninitiated.
I don't know how I'm alive right now.
I ask myself that every day.
Oh god, something bit me.
Oh.
Especially if you happen to slip on a carefully placed chair or a precisely wired instrument put there by an angry university student. Cough. Andrew fires back with,
I'm just imagining it's like one of the fucking physics labs where part of it involves launching something. It's like, yeah, I'll take care of that. Can you just wait right here? Yeah, right here. Yeah, but there was nobody out there when I came, so I thought I could just come and find someone to do my work for me. Help me sort this data. Besides, you're here, and you're a student.
Fuck you. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? While he spoke, his beady little eyes ran up and down my exposed arms with undisguised glee, like a kid in a sweet shop.
Take you to the candy shop.
Please don't show me what you got.
Oh, God. That was a very bad joke that I had to stop myself from making there.
That's okay. My roommate hit me with a bad joke earlier.
"Oh, did you hurt yourself?" he said in a low voice, almost threatening. "You want to watch out. There are some sharp bits of metal everywhere, which may accidentally cut you if you're not careful."
Oh, motherfucker.
Rather than recoiling in shock as he is expected, I took a menacing step forward until I towered over him and said very calmly,
Maybe you should be careful about what you say, as some people can be quite irrational when threatened, and you may never know who may have a knife. Speaking of, where's my knife?
I don't know.
I have a big knife.
Andrew
Big
ran.
knife.
What?
Oh well.
Sorry, I just realized my heavy-ass multi-tool was like behind my monitors.
Good job.
Don't you mock me.
Too late. Andrew ran like a pig. His short legs couldn't carry him very fast. I went back to setting up a complex experiment for a PhD student who was trying to better understand the properties of water when mixed with different substances for their thesis.
Ah.
Nice.
Okay. About a week passed. Lady K and I got ourselves invited to another party. I was determined to enjoy this one. And Lady K dressed up for the occasion in relatively short clothing in most areas. Not skimpy or sexual or anything, just slightly revealing and very hot as far as I was concerned. It was quite a big party, and a few kegs of beer had been ordered especially for the event. So it was the talk of the university. Lady and Kay did our pre-party drinking game and got there buzzed and excited. I tagged along with Lady K for the aforementioned reason of having very few real friends at this point, and generally had a good time. Gifts were presented to the host of the party, whose birthday this event had been held in honor of, and everything went without a hitch for a long time. Then, just as the drinking was reaching its peak, the Scourge of the Basement, Lord of the Hams, King of the Unclaimed Snacks. I thought that was my title. Andu arrived in a rusty old pickup truck with his band of gentle sirs. All of these sirs were repulsive. All were revolting, and all had strongly medieval views on women. No joke. These guys thought it would be best if women weren't allowed to vote. I can think of a certain person who decided to try and start beef with Lil Nas X that they might like. Let's see. Nobody had invited them, and the whole house was quiet except for a drunk couple noisily shagging in the corner, but we'll skip over them. It's a terrible place to do that. Like, are we gonna do anything about them? Ask them to move or anything? Yeah. Just leave them. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, all right there.
No, I just saw what I have to read and what Jess has to read. And
Yeah.
Okay. Andu scanned the crowd with his beady eyes and picked me out. He squawked like an excitable budgie. And for anybody who does not know what a budgie is, it's parakeet.
Yeah, it's usually used in the UK to refer to a parakeet.
UK and Australia.
Yeah.
And it's technically the proper term for a parakeet.
Yeah.
And pointed me out to everyone, noisily saying to his whole group, everyone at the party, trigger warning.
Very big trigger warning.
Oh boy.
Yeah, excuse me.
Do you want to do your potato thing?
Potato. When you hear me say potato, then you know it's safe.
Alrighty. Woman beating, coward's been cutting himself. You'd think he's going to cry in front of us too. Will he whine about his how depressed he is and kill himself already? I know that nobody would miss him, not even his little brown-haired bulimic slut.
Bulimic.
Yeah.
Basically, he accused the woman who can fucking apparently, like, what was it, bench press more than I weigh? Of being bulimic.
Yes.
That doesn't quite add up.
Anyways, potato.
I'm gonna be real with you.
The potato happened, people. We are back in the green of happiness.
Somewhat.
In the suffering.
He then oinked like a pig repeatedly. The sound which I only later realized was him laughing. Bad thing to do in the age of smartphone cameras is to turn up at a party uninvited. A worse thing to do is insult a guy in front, insult the guy who most of the group likes. And an even worse thing to do is to make fun of cutters. Nearly everyone knew someone who had cut. Everyone was furious. And a lot of angry mutters broke out in the watching crowd, which had formed up in a solid line blocking me from Andu. Punctuating the silence was the loud crescendo of the woman in the corner climax. I'm sorry, I'm just imagining, like...
Silence to the point of hearing, just tension in the air, silence
you
to
can
the
just
point
hear
of
a pin
hearing
drop.
a pin drop.
And then, ah!
Oh, man. Oh, man.
You see, Ichi-Tan's here now, so Jess isn't the horny one.
Hey.
Oh no, you fucking missed it.
Don't talk about that. Oh, man.
Jess, why are you being horny without me?
Well, get in here and we can be horny together. Jeez.
Okay then. Anyway, a tense, angry silence settled over the crowd, broken by a tall woman striding up to Andu and slapping him hard in the face. Andu went down like a lumpy sack of cold mashed potatoes, and a heeled shoe kicked him in the stomach, causing him to curl up in a little ball. Another thing that you never ever do at a university is get decked by a girl, and about 15 people caught this on camera.
Oof.
Lady K tossed her hair, walked back through the stunned crowd to my side, and pulled me from their focus. She said that she hated how everyone was looking at me like I was entertainment, but not a person. Took me back to our flat for couple stuff. I guess you gotta do something regarding the fucking adrenaline rush that happens from beating the shit out of someone. That was terrible of me. Oy. Let's see. We slept happily that night, knowing that in the morning we would have multiple videos for evidence of his wrongdoings, and coupled with some examples of the pictures and several screenshotted texts that he had sent both myself and Lady K, we felt that he had a very reasonable chance of getting a restraining order.
Restraining order.
I sure hope.
I don't know how he found out about Lady K's eating disorder, fixed by this point in time, but I know that I mightily enjoyed watching him get his ass beat by my girlfriend.
Team, reporting his bitch ass to the HR department and the police.
That is part 14, reporting the beard. Whoop, doop, shoop, doop, shoop, doop. Lord of the Hands, part 14, or reporting the beard. This is it, guys. The final conclusion of the saga of Andu, and what a wild ride it has been. So there is another set of Neckbeard stories called Sir Ham. Anyway, and what a wild ride it has been. We've had cringe, tantrums, creepy everything, our stalking, arrests, violence, and all roads have led to this. Today we reclaim our freedom. Oh God, he did it again.
Oops,
He did it again.
I did it again.
Is this the same phrase? Is this the same phrase? God damn it. Google Translate, don't fail me.
Oh yeah, Mr. A makes a return. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, hey. It's now member instead of cast. Atarashi menba no kodakai. Not kodakai. Kodai. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Atarashi menba. Oh my god. It didn't translate the word member to like actually the word member, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's katakana, which basically just means that it's just taking like the English word and moving it to a Japanese pronunciation instead of actually translating the word. So it just turned member to minba. This shit happens when you use Google Translate. I'm not gonna fucking make fun of you for using fucking Google Translate on your Neckbeard story. I just find it funny how that's what happened. Yeah, you can even kind of tell like where it does that. Holy shit. Like the letters, the type of lettering just suddenly changes there. Anyway.
Miss HR, head of the Uni HR department. Very nice woman, but deals with a lot of students' crap. Can be a little impatient.
Final stanza. The 21 gun salute to send off our tale begins, as they all should, in bed, where you are warm and safe and loved. Lady K and I lay there for a while on a cold Saturday morning. Weird. For a while. Brain. I don't care about that. Get off of your stupid notification. Okay. My brain's gonna formulate this right. Don't worry. I got this. Lady K. Shut up. Shut up. I went to bed at 3 a.m. and woke up at 7 a.m. and I've been up since 7. Shush. Shush. Okay, I got this. Lady K and I lay there for a while on cold Saturday mornings, sometimes not saying a word for hours. I did it. You proud of me, Llytic? Thank you. This cold Saturday morning, however, we are discussing what needed to be done about Andu. We had kept the evidence of what he had done, some of the revolting pictures, a photo of the vibrator, screenshots of the more interesting text, Lady K's door to her old room after Andu tried to break in, and the video of his verbal abuse at the party, omitting the slap. With the comprehensive portfolio of evidence against the beard, we decided to just do it.
Do it.
Do it. Tell him. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
To go for gold and report his ass.
Just his ass, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's fat enough anyway, right?
Only his ass would be going to would be going into police custody. We're confiscating your ass.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna bite my tongue on that. That was how we found ourselves in the HR department one Monday afternoon, with a bag full of evidence. I hate how my brain works. Why did you have to say
I'm sorry, but do you have the licensing required to be carrying around all that cake? Yes?
Just biting my tongue.
Oh no, Ichi-Tan like fucking did an angry snort and looked into the camera at me. You alright there? Yeah, alright?
Looks like I got a scheduled trip to come up there and beat your ass.
Hey baby, do you beep when you back up? Because
That's what I'm thinking.
you got an absolute dump truck. Yeah, I need to look at that. I'm sorry, I oh god. You didn't put that in the like group chat though. You just DM'd me that. Oh my god.
You can.
It's what you
Can
deserve.
tell.
Ah, that's
Are you gonna
That's-
expose Ichi?
I don't like the idea of just like fucking metal cuffs on that part of the body. That seems like a
Where
good
else
way
is
to
it
pinch
gonna
something.
fit? Where else is it gonna fit? Because you gotta think of it like wrists. That's what I did.
Oh god. Anyway,
My
the
point
department was
exactly.
very helpful. The department was very helpful. Oh, that was my phone cord. They looked over all the evidence we had collected and saw the effects that it had on us. They handled everything professionally, and they decided that they should go to the police with the cast. With the cast. With charges of harassment and stalking. Meanwhile, Andu changed tactics from trying to steal my girl to trying to get me out of the way so he could move in and pick up the pieces. Series of elaborate traps set on me, from the old banana peel slipperoo to a classic trip line in doorways, to slightly more dangerous, with the electronics I handled every day in the physics lab being dangerously tampered with. Fucking hell! Homie's apparently just straight up trying to kill him now. I mean, look, I'll always be happy to receive a picture of Markiplier with a ball gag.
You know how long it took me to find that specific GIF?
And that's not even the one that most people would immediately think of. Most people would think the fucking, like, cooking with sex toys video.
Ooh. That is
You know the one.
That is from that video.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
It wasn't a ball gag. It was one of the ring ones that forces the mouth open.
Oh,
Interesting
yeah.
how Llytic has studied this in depth. I wonder
He also
why.
wasn't wearing a super mega shirt.
Why did he study this video of Markiplier's in depth? I wonder.
Look,
Llytic.
we only had a year. Una-san has only lasted a year.
Llytic.
I was going to burn every minute of that year into my memory.
Llytic.
Including Markiplier losing his shit when he drilled, and when he took a power drill to a dildo to make an egg beater. The fucking syrup. Oh yeah, that episode. Anyway, yeah. Where the fuck was I?
Documented.
Documented, yes. Oh, right. I documented everything I found and fixed all I could. An epidemic of tripping and slipping struck the physics department, but I never fell.
But he never fell.
Yep.
Eventually, the police decided that we did have a case against Andu, and so they brought him in to question him.
After a while, we got a restraining order. Andu wasn't allowed to come within 300 feet of us, meaning that he couldn't continue doing physics at his current university. He wasn't allowed to contact us and had to pay us about £1,000 each for damages. His mom paid.
Of course.
Oh, wait. Shit. Sorry. Give me a sec. That is a really blurry picture. I'm gonna pass on just about any pictures of genitals, really. Anyway, there you go.
Does that do something for you?
Quite a lot, actually. I'm kidding. I'm not going to I'm not gonna be fucking weird about a fucking YouTuber. He's a very handsome man, but like, I'm not gonna be fucking weird about another person.
I was talking about your stretch, but all right, man.
Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant Markiplier with a gag in his mouth.
I see where your brain is.
Again, he really studied those videos in depth.
Look, we had Ethan in those cute little ears. There was just a lot with that video.
Uh-huh.
In all reality, just because you do have a parasocial relationship with some internet celebrity doesn't mean that you should be fucking weird. What? You alright there?
So I'm currently looking up some design code ideas while we're doing this. And look what my cursor did.
Where's your cursor? Wait a minute. God damn it.
Look how pretty he is.
I didn't even think that wasn't what it was for a bit. God damn it.
That has brought me such joy. Such joy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna question him. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so it's my line.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that this one was shorter than the others, but there wasn't much of the story left over, and I didn't want to elongate the story with meaningless fluff.
Epilogue. After Andrew had a restraining order, both Llytic and I achieved first-class degrees and went on to achieve master's degrees too. We currently live together and are engaged at the moment. Aww. We work in a research laboratory learning from great physicists while we test stuff. It is a lot of fun, and I love the job that I do. I'm currently doing part-time PhD based on mechanical physics, which takes a lot of time and effort, but will be worth it.
In fact, we have a new Neckbeard, a computer technician in our lab, who records all of our data.
And I believe that would be Sir Ham, that the next set of stories is about. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Yeah. And fucking shout out to, I guess, festasmaximus for writing this shit. Boop. Yes, I did just boop your nose in your camera feed. But yeah. As well as special thank you to Andre D, Summer Moon Soldier, and Destiny Baird for supporting us on Patreon. If you like what we do and like sports in any way, consider going down to that link in the description and pledging any amount of money you want towards us. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. If you don't want to send money our way or simply cannot, no shame in that, in either case. But if you do still want to support us, then, usual shit. For YouTube. Liking, commenting, subscribing, all that nonsense. It's overdone, but shit like that does help out channels. It lets YouTube know that people are interacting with the thing and will get the thing to spread to more people.
Yep.
Probably weird phrasing. Could have phrased that better, but you know what I mean.
To spread our seed.
That was an correction, but okay. Pervert. Man. I'm Llytic.
I'm dead.
I'm Jess.
There we go. This has been What Are We Reading? See you next time.